Hey guys, welcome back. It has been a long time since I have posted. I've been really busy with something else in life and have taken time off of investing and anything to do with Alpine dividends. But I know that a lot of you that are using the sheet, when you come into the summary tab, you're greeted with all these errors. A lot of this is coming from people who are holding Canadian REITs, or also sometimes more obscure stocks from other indexes like NEO, the NEO exchange, or some other American exchanges as well. So in this video, I'm going to show you how to clear these errors. And it's because Google Finance has primarily just been like not pulling in data correctly for a long time. And all the time we're trying to figure out ways to work around this. And for the moment, I have a way that's pretty stable that will be able to clear all of your errors for you. This is something that you will have to do yourself. I can't do it for you because it depends on which stocks you have in your portfolio, and the structure of how we do it is a bit specific, so I can't just like roll out a change that will work for everyone. But if you have a few positions in your portfolio that are causing the errors, which I'll show you in a second, you'll be able to quickly do this and you should be up and running, no problem. So when your summary tab is showing errors like this, usually this is coming from the portfolio tab. It kind of cascades all throughout the document, and where it originates from is from the current price here in the portfolio tab. So when you look in here, there are lots of NA errors. There are some over here in the percent of holdings, and then there are some as we go left to right across where we have issues, but really the origin of the issue is coming from the current price cell. So what we want to do is we want to look in the column for current price, forget about everything else, just look down here and look to see where you have errors. In my case, I have one on RioCan, I have one on Smart Centers, and then I just put one extra one in here for NEO, for example. I don't hold any NEO stocks, but in case you do, this applies to NEO stocks as well, and the way that we're going to overcome this, it will be the same. So in this video, I'm going to change out 3. In your spreadsheet, you might have some amount of stocks that are broken, but again, we're looking for current price for the NAs here, and we're going to be replacing the formulas that we have in here. So if you click on one of the NAs you have in current price, you should see a formula that's like this. This is the formula that I wrote, and this references other stuff in the document, which ultimately pulls in the information from Google Finance. And as you probably know, a lot of the Canadian REITs, as well as NEO stocks and other obscure stocks from other exchanges, sometimes don't work properly. So we're just going to override this formula with something else, and we're just not going to be pulling from Google Finance for this. Often I like to pull from Yahoo Finance, but also they are just kind of not working properly right now. So the website that we're going to be sourcing from for now, as long as this works, is actually a website called simplywall.street. So in simplywall.street, what we can do is we can search for the company that we want to replace the formula for. So in my case, I'm going to be searching for REICAN, REI.UN. I can either type in the ticker exactly like that, REI.UN, or I could search for REICAN by name. So REICAN, either or. Just make sure that we're grabbing the TSX version, or whichever exchange for the broken stock that you're looking for is. So that's TSX REI, that's the one that I want. And it's going to pull up this page with lots of information about them. That's cool. It's a nice presentation of information, but what we're after in here is the URL. So what we want to do is we want to grab this URL and copy it. Okay, we need to paste this into a formula that we're going to be replacing. And the formula that you're going to grab is actually in the description of this video. So if you scroll down to the description of the video, you will see this exact formula here. This one you also need to copy, maybe go into a Word document like this and have it ready to paste. In this formula, right after it says IMPORTXML, there's 2 quotation marks in a row with nothing in between them. What you need to do is you need to paste the URL that you just grabbed from simplywall.street. So this one here, copy, go into your Word document and paste in between these 2 first quotations that are right after IMPORTXML. When you do that, it's going to go from looking like this to looking like this, where after IMPORTXML you have the quotation and then the URL. The quotation will close, and then there's a comma, and then there's all this other HTML div header stuff. So don't change any of that. That is really specifically important to how this formula works. But once you have it in that format, copy the whole thing, and we want to come back into the spreadsheet, which is here, and select the cell, the current price cell with the NA for that exact stock, and press Control V and paste. And you're going to see here that the error has been cleared, and we now have a number in here. Now what you should do is you should double check that this is the correct number. So 1848 at the time that I'm making this, that should be the current price of the stock. So in here in Simply Wall Street, we're going to look to see where is that value coming from. It is the current price here in Canadian dollars. And if you, for some reason, want to check somewhere else to make sure that you actually have the right number, we can go to Yahoo Finance as well. In Yahoo Finance as well, we're saying this 1848. So that is the correct number. We can be very confident that that's right. And as we go, and next week as the markets are live and everything is going, this number is going to change live. This is the actual current price with like a bit of a 15-minute delay or something, but this will be accurate as going forward. Okay, so however many of these NAs and the current price you have in your sheet, you're just going to have to go through in one by one and change them. As I change them in my sheet, I like to change the color of the font just to know that this is no longer a standard formula that came with the spreadsheet. So those would be the formulas that I made as the creator of the spreadsheet. Now this is a custom formula. This is important for you to know in the future. If I roll out a new updated version of the spreadsheet, your customizations wouldn't be involved or wouldn't be part of the template that I sent out. So it's just good for you to know if you have been tampering with cells, to know which ones you have tampered with. I've already replaced the formulas here for Granite, HR, and basically all of my REITs. I just removed some of them for making this video. Okay, so, let's go through another example. So for SRU, Smart Centers, we need to go through the same steps. So we'll go back to simply wall.street. We're going to search SRU. And we're looking for the Canadian one in my case. So sru.un, that's the one we're looking for. I want to grab this URL. I'm going to copy that, and then I'm going to go down to my Word document, and I'm going to paste it. So in this case, we're going to be switching it like that. So this is the URL that I'm going to be using. I'm going to paste it between the two quotation marks. And again, this formula is in the description of the video. So we're going to paste it right there, just like that. And at the end of all of this, it's going to end up looking here. I can paste it down here in the bottom one. So this is going to be the final formula that we have. So we're going to copy the whole thing, Control C. And then when I go back into the sheet, up here, we're going to paste that exact formula just by clicking on the cell in column H for Smart Centers and pressing Control V. Sweet. So we got this number 2456. Let's change the font just so we remember that this is something that we have changed. It's no longer a standard formula. And we'll just double check this 2456. Where did that number come from? Where do they have the price? Current price 2456. And again, if you really wanted to check Yahoo Finance or something, SRU.UN, we're going to see that's 2456. Cool. All right, so that's good. So this is going to work for pretty much every Canadian REIT that you could imagine. If you have any other stock, it's going to be the same. And especially with the NEO stocks, I know a lot of you guys like to have those in your portfolio. So again, for NEO, if we search here, for example, for the PayPal CDR, on Simply Wall Street, you have to type NEOE if you're looking for the Canadian NEO holdings, NEO market, and then the ticker afterwards. So that would be not this one, that's NASDAQ GS, we don't want that, but we see the Canadian NEOE. You can also kind of expand this to see what are the other ones, but definitely in this case for the Canadian NEO Stock Exchange, we're looking for NEO PayPal. That would be this exact one. And here we can copy again the URL, and we'll drop down into the Word document. We're going to paste it between those two quotations, and I'll just grab this one just to speed it up a little bit. And then when we go back to the spreadsheet, here I would paste that in, and this NA would be switched to the actual number. And when I did that, you can see, actually, I'll just go back. Right now we still have NAs. Before I hit enter here, we have a bunch of NAs and stuff still in the spreadsheet. And on the summary tab, we still have NAs all over the place, but when you fix the last one here, so I'm going to paste it in there. So now there's no errors in the current price column. We'll notice that now there are also no errors anywhere else in the portfolio tab, so that's great. And then when we go to the summary tab, we're going to see that there's also no errors here, and everything is totally what we expect. Now, in my case, because I don't actually hold the Neo one, I'm going to actually delete that, and I'm going to override that because I don't want that cell to remain. But your portfolio should be looking like this. You have all of your positions. You don't have any more errors in here at all. I do really recommend that you change the color of those so you just remember which ones you've changed, and that should clear all of the errors in your sheet. If you're also having some errors with the annual dividends as well, then I made a video going over how to do that. I'll put a link up in the top, but I can just run you through quickly how I also manually input these really quick. So in my Yahoo Finance, I have set up a watch list in Yahoo Finance, and then I customized it to have just the forward annual dividend attribute only, and then I can organize these in alphabetical order. So what I do is, this is all of the positions that I have in my account, so I'm just going to copy the list here. We're just going to drop in, just briefly create a new tab. This will just be a temporary tab which we can paste anywhere, and then make sure that we come into the portfolio tab and we grab also, we also organize this to be in alphabetical order. So I'm going to put this from A to Z, and then I'm just going to grab all these, copy and paste into that same tab. I just paste these beside, and this is just to double check that I do have them in the correct order with the correct the correct tickers lining up with each other. And I just spot check this. I go through, so everything is looking good. I just reformat anything that's a dash to be a 0. And this is the annual dividend of each of these companies that I have now organized in the correct order. So I'm going to copy, and then in the portfolio tab, I'm just going to come up to the very top. It's still in the exact same order, and I'm just going to right click paste special. I'm just going to paste by value, and if I need to reformat that as a dollar currency, I will do that. So those have been updated now as well, and because also, yeah, like just Yahoo Finance isn't really automatically pulling in this as we want, but if you just set up a watch list in here that matches the positions that you have in your portfolio, you can do that in 1 minute, and once a month or something, come in and update it, or once every couple months, and that should be good enough. So again, the link for that video will be up on the screen and was in the top corner. And anyways, hopefully that all helps. Sorry it took so long to get back to you guys, and I will be seeing you hopefully going forward in some more regular updates.